Okay, I'm a little frantic, but I went on Pick and Pull's website because I wanted to see if they had any 80s era Toyotas that I might be able to grab some wiring parts from. And for basically the only time that's ever happened, according to the website, they have a Corolla AE86 Coupe there. So I'm rushing over there to see if they still have it and if they will sell the whole car. How much do they want? And all that good stuff. So we'll see what happens. It's one of those situations where I can't tell if I'm in the right place at the right time, or if it's one of the other scenarios where I'm just missing my chance. Okay. So things went kind of not how I thought they would go. I was really bummed that it was already in the yard, and the lady at the register, when I told her what car I was looking for, she goes, "Oh, you can go in for free because it's pretty picked through." So she already knew that people were picking at it. I said I was looking for a Corolla. She goes, "The old one?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "It's pretty picked through. You can just go in for free." So that part's a bummer. But it still had a lot of good parts. Right there. And I asked them if I could buy it. And they were like, "Well, normally we can't, but actually it's out of the rows already," which I assume means they were going to crush it, which is unfortunate. So they sold it to me for $1,000. So the bummer is, I asked if I had a title, and they said by default, every vehicle that comes in, they destroy the titles. So that's also unfortunate. But they gave me a bill of sale, and they said you can basically, if you get the car together, get an inspection, and then you can get a title. So the reason I'm so interested in this, I mean, obviously it's an 86. I actually went in looking for some parts, parts which it does have that I need, but because I've been doing this restoration, I've spent the last several years kind of upgrading all my stuff out of my hatch. So I actually right now have the vast majority of things that car needs to get it back on the road. So like I have seats, I have dash stuff. It will need a trunk lid or a lot of rust repair. The trunk lid's trashed. So trashed that the trunk lid has popped off of the hinges from all the rust around it. It looks fairly solid, but it does definitely have rust, more than I'm used to on a Corolla, but I've been lucky. It has the trans in it, has the drive shaft. It does not have the rear axle. What I know has been taken, most of the interior does actually have the headliner, but they took all the plastics around the headliner, which sucks because I would have liked to have had those. The rear glass is good. Windshield is cracked, but there. The door and side quarter glass is gone. Someone took that stuff already. Good for them. Bummer for me, but good for them. Headlights are gone, but the bumpers are intact. The core support looks good. It looks complete, like it was a driver. It looks like it was rear-ended. I don't know if it was rear-ended or if that happened in the yard. But the back tail panel is kind of smushed in on one side. Not too bad though, and my hatch was like that too, and I replaced it. I don't think you can get that panel for the Coupe yet. Not sure. But at the very least, I can just pop it back into place and call it good enough for now. I think I have almost everything I need to do a 16 valve swap into it, aside from the harness. And even that is something I know of a few for sale. I just didn't have a reason to get them. So I would need a rear end and front strut towers or cheap coilovers, something along those lines, and glass. And a lot of elbow grease. Anyway, the fun part now is I don't have a trailer. I don't really have a place to park the car, but I have a couple days to figure that out. All right, well, I'm headed to the bank to get some cash out of the ATM. Then I'm headed to Portland. So Got like a 3-hour drive ahead of me. I'll probably get there around 10, maybe 10:30, depending on how it goes. Pick up a SR5 rear end for that coupe. Cannonball back, probably get home around 1 or 1:30. And then get like 6 hours of sleep and get up and go get the trailer, go get the car, bring it home, bring the trailer back, and then the fun begins. Alright, it's not enough hours later. It's like 7:20. I'm gonna go pick up the trailer, which is fortunately just a couple minutes away. And then head on over to Pick and Pull. I think they don't open till 8, so it might actually be a little early. We'll see. That might kind of suck, because doing anything when you have a trailer is kind of annoying, so whatever. Okay. Alright, so I'm here. I planned everything so well. It's like 8:04, but I didn't realize that 8 a.m. is their weekend opening time, so they're actually not open until 9. The gate is open where the car is, and there's dudes on the loaders, but the office is closed, and I have no idea what the process is, so I'll probably just hang out, maybe for the hour. I don't want to be rude and go into their employee-only zone where my car is, but also I kind of want someone to come up so I can ask them if they mind if I get my stuff ready. So yeah, I don't know. But there's your first little hint. Well, it's the best I could do. Understandably, I'm not allowed to work on it in the parking lot, which is kind of funny because people were allowed to disassemble it in the yard. But it's okay, I'll figure it out. It's on the trailer, so my problem now. I'm gonna strap it down, bring it. I can get those things in the pinch weld out, but yeah, it's kind of comical, but what can you do? Okay, step one is here. It's got loaded onto the trailer quite funny. It's on the pinch weld, so this will be really fun. But I think what I'll do is use my engine hoist to pick up the back, put the axle in, set it down, pick up the front, try to scoot it over, that kind of thing. Most everybody's at work, so I do have a little more space, but I'm still trying to stay to the side. I probably will have to move before I actually take it off the trailer, but it'll do. Alright, let's look at how silly this is. Well, it has a trailer hitch for all your towing needs, so I'm going to use my hoist, see how strong that little tab is. Probably not strong enough, but we'll try it. And we're going to see if we can pick the car up and swing it over to where it really should have been in the first place. Of course. Oh, never mind. I forgot. It's still strapped in. Okay. Oh, good. They cut the cat off. Of course. That's fine, I guess. Things first. Oh, thank God. I was worried that these weren't going to work. These are head bolts, but... Carefully. Right there. Look at these. gasket. Hammer, and voila, easy peasy. Prime time. Lift this sucker up. Actually, now's a good time to get ready for the shock to go on too. The shocks will help it hang in the right place. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bring it right to the shock. This will come down too. Give it a dusty blow. Those are my favorite. And bolt that one on. We do not have a panhard bar. That's okay though. You have to watch me do it. Close to being in the right spot. This needs to come forward. Right there. Ha. Got it. Alright. That's all I can do for this right now, because I don't have any of the other parts. I could maybe hook that drive shaft up, although actually I should do that. Still, oh, hello, you're also filming. Well, that one. This drive shaft is gonna catch on the trailer if I don't, and I don't have the right bolts at the moment, so I was really hoping they wouldn't poke a hole in the gas tank, because these tanks have a drain plug, but they did. I want to see if my key will work for it, because I don't have a key for it, but I also didn't have a key for my hatch. And had the same Corolla key for like 4 different cars now, so it looks like it was not in bad shape, and then someone painted it but didn't prime it or something. This poor bumper taking all the abuse. No springs. Ugh. But as long as it's not rubbing, I think that's fine. There's a lot of ways to do this. None of them are particularly good ways to do it, so we will just see what happens. But here's your first little peek. A lot of crud, but that's okay. We knew that. Okay, I'm almost to this part, but I wanted to point this out. I think what's wrong with this car and why it's so rusty is I think it was actually in good shape, and then somebody painted it but either didn't prime it or maybe they like had the outside sanded down to bare metal and didn't prime. I'm not exactly sure. This door is off of something. Nope, that is the correct door. The James Bond VIN. But anyway, it's definitely a factory red car from everything I can see, of course, but I don't think these were an option for the SR5. Also, it doesn't look like a factory Toyota job. But all the bubbling under here, and then also all of that, just kind of makes me wonder if, yeah, maybe it got. And this, I'm pretty sure, was someone at Pick and Pull trying to get what was probably a good windshield that I desperately need for my hatch, and they cracked it. So that's fun. Oh well, that's okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. Those might be front springs, because they did leave the top hat. So those are probably front springs, but I could probably either make them work on the back, or I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Okay. Goofy way to do it, but it'll work. And since this is in the gravel, it shouldn't roll too much, and then I'm gonna lift. I might have to do it a little bit at a time, but we'll just start here and see what happens. My precious coffee, and shout out to Clark Fork Pantry. There's so many types of wrong, but that's okay. I am on the pinch weld. Oh god. Okay, well, I squashed that door. Technically just the rotten and rusty part, but still wasn't the intention there. They could have just let me do this in the yard without a trailer being in the way. Okay, so I put my knuckles on, and I'm going to throw my struts on. And we got this guy we're going to try. Haven't. And works. Okay. Well, that answers that. Just a little more look-see around while I'm in here. No oil filter. Everything's really corroded, and I don't know why they insist on leaving the oil caps off of engines when they take them to junkyards, just ensuring that they turn into garbage. But whatever. All right. See, it's not too bad under here. Like, all the undercoat kind of areas are pretty much good to go. Still got the inner fender liners and everything, so I don't know, maybe it's rusty back there. This fender isn't terrible from what I can see. The other one's worse. Looks like we got a little corrosion going on underneath the undercoating there, but it seems like it's, I don't know, I'm not sure if it was in like a salty air kind of town, or a salt the roads kind of town, or if someone like sandblasted the thing but then never protected it. Can't quite tell. Also, this is a good time to see if my key will unlock the steering column, allowing me to... Not a good start. Oh. Probably need to put the wheel on it. So maybe they changed the key around this time. Oh, it's unlocked. Well, never mind then. Okay. No luck on the key, but just for funsies. Is there any possibility? No way. Well, a buddy of mine has a different Corolla key, so maybe I'll try his later on. This guy's definitely buggered up. Okay, who cares? Steering wheel's not locked, which was my main concern. So, and it's also on the tire. I mean, this quarter's already pretty mangled and dented and rusty, which actually I'm pretty sure some of this happened after I saw it the first time. But nevertheless, this quarter's bad anyway and needs to be replaced. But this is gonna... It's just more frustration. However, it's a little crusty, but this section is bad on my hatch. And if I replace this quarter with some other quarter, I might be able to, except for this, might be able to use this as a replacement for that car, because I've tried like 8 different times to make this piece, but it's so complicated. I always get some part of it wrong and then warp it trying to get it on, and it's thin, and anyway, not that good at bodywork, so it'd be nice to have the proper thing. Funny, I was actually just looking at this on my hatch and wondering what the heck went there. And now I can see it, and I'm still like, what the heck is that? I think it's the evap, vacuum service valve maybe. That's kind of what it looks like. It's a lot faster than the other side. Spare. Little, oh yeah, that one's gone down there. You can see the daylight. Not rusty though, it looks like it just popped off. So that's cool. Seatbelt bolt. Part of an antenna. Trunk actually looks okay. Not too bad. I don't think it's any worse than my hatch was. This part's a little gone, but that stuff I can make. This, I don't know how well I'll be able to make it. We'll see. I can set that down now. And I'm glad I can actually steer the thing. Yeah, see, this fender's a little crusty. And also down here as well. And so is the rocker. So it's got some rust, but nothing like my old 70 Challenger had, so that thing was, oh, that was brutal. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, pull these guys. Pretty sure these are fronts, but I'm hoping I can make them work for the backs for now. I think they're pretty long though, so I have to get creative with the toe strap. Maybe they'll make really good rear springs. The preloaded, yeah, those are definitely fronts. That part of the cable's there, so I just got to put my handle on and then hook the rear lines up. Also, check this out. Have you ever seen that before? This thing is toasty. Got the sticker though. Yeah, pretty gnarly. But look at that. The mounting plates are still intact and in place. So those are salvageable, and I might be able to, I don't know, I might just, for the challenge of it, ooh, that's a drive shaft bolt. Ooh, I actually needed these. Perfect. Okay, whoever you were, you're at least a little in my good graces because you left some drive shaft bolts for me. Not that you're not in my good graces, but I understand. You see a Corolla at a yard, you do what you can with it. In my case, they just happened to let me buy it, but they probably would have told you no because it was still in the yard, so I understand. Yeah, those are for the drive shaft, which is great because I do have more in there, I think, but I can't remember where they are, and I need to go through all my nuts and bolts and clean them up and do another round of inventory. Okay, so I'm gonna set the front down, pick the back up again, and then see if I can get the e-brake to work, because if I can get it to work, then I have brakes and steering, and I can pull the truck forward, roll the car out, push it into place, and return the trailer, which I would like to do. So let's do that. This poor little darling probably thought she would never sit on wheels again. Here's a better shot of the underside. There is rust, but it could be worse. If you'll have jack stands under there with the engine in, I feel a little less freaked out being under here, so I'll take a peek-see. There is rust, but it's really, it could be worse. This quarter is probably the worst part. You can see the light through there, and up in the fuel cap area, fuel door area, it's detached. And then down here, it's also detached. It almost looks like everything pinch weld out needs to be replaced. So like rocker, quarter, fender, all of that. But everything pinch weld and inboard looks okay. Structurally wise, the drivetrain's pretty gnarly, but anyway, I was checking this out, and I think the easiest way to do this, I haven't messed with, well, these are cut, so never mind. Yeah, this came with cables, thankfully, so I gotta try to get myself up into there to replace the cable, or to install the cables on that bracket, which is gonna be really fun. But then if I do that, I think I should have brakes, and I can try to stuff some springs in here one way or another. Looks like the rubber seats are there. Nope, that's metal. Yeah, metal. But I have my old ones because I bought new ones for the hatch. So, good to go there. I'm going to put these 2 bolts in the drive shaft because it's better than the zip tie. And yeah. There's that beautiful drain plug and the holes that they punched instead of, looks like they use a torch, which is really, no, there's no way they use a torch. They probably just drill the hole. That looks like a little Christmas tree bit. Probably drill a hole and then light it all on fire or something. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that area's gone. But anyway, not too concerned. I mean, I feel like if this bumper's holding the whole car up, then I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, yes. That would be a no. Yeah, I'm really glad somebody left some of these drive shaft bolts for me. The e-brake cables, the other ones are stuck in the little grommets and it's really hard to get under there with this trailer in the way, so I'm just leaving them on for a moment. I cut 2 coils off those front springs so that they'll fit in here, and that should keep the car up off the fenders, or the fenders out of the wheels, whatever you want to call it. They more or less fit. I mean, they're not supposed to go there, but they'll keep the car up, and that's really all I need them to do, so that's fine there. Wish I had a panhard, but that's okay. Solid. Okay. I guess it depends on how bad it is. Okay, so jeez. Just need to well, it could have been worse. I got it down, got it off the trailer, got it on these cut front coils. I know it's wrong, but I actually kind of like how monster trucky it is. I've never really been a low car guy, to be honest. But anyway, the issue is the steering wheel did finally lock, and my key, my magical key, it's not magic for this car, so I'll have to figure that out. It's nice and sunny though, so I'll try to get you guys some more shots of the condition of everything. Spoiler alert, the condition is bad. That's the general condition of everything, is real bad. But that's okay, because I didn't buy it for the 4AC. So I'm sure you all can understand. So I think what I'm going to do is just sort of assess things the best I can. Which is mostly, you know, bad as far as the engine bay is concerned. pretty gnarly. I mean, just look at it. Well, you can definitely appreciate why nobody bothers figuring out where all these lines go. I mean, granted, the factory service manual should explain it, but just the same, I understand. Max picked up a 19, let's try that. Bingo bango. Alright. Pretty sure I'm out of gear. So it rolled off the trailer, so. What are the odds? What are the odds? No way. For fuck's sake. I mean, I'm not saying I should, but I hear compression, and by compression, I mean I hear like air, blow by. I hear compression coming up through the valve cover. So that's a good sign, right? I feel like you could just dump some gas in this and it'll fire up. I mean, that spins over just fine. Ugh, I can't even get the oil dipstick off, but we're gonna spins like any other engine. I don't know if you can hear that. It's got compression. I don't know if it has it on all the cylinders, but it doesn't even have an oil filter on it. And yet, I feel like that thing would run. So I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be funny, like a stupid way? Wouldn't it be stupid in a funny way? To just throw a little oil in it, throw a little battery in it, throw a little jumper switch in it, throw a little, I don't even know what, I don't know if gas will do it, starting fluid, I don't know. Like, what's the worst case scenario here? The motor's still trashed? It just seems like it'd be really funny if it kicked, in this condition. Like, I feel like that's worth just seeing. I mean, I feel like this thing's, you don't actually have to put any oil in it. A bunch of oil that dumped all over the side of the car. It's the wrong way. I think that worked. Nope, that did not work. I don't think that worked either. It's not like it needs to be great. Okay, the tides have turned. I tried this before, it didn't work, and then I don't know, tried it again, and look, it's the Celica key is the one. So, massive game changer. Well, for one, I can turn the fucking wheel now, yep. But that also means just made some battery cables, and I put my other fuse block on here, so if I can just get those guys the way they ought to be because somebody cut them, then this bad boy might just turn over. This one is going to be all the little wires combined into one. So this one I'm actually going to solder. Not that it is better or even matters, but mostly just, ooh, I could use this actually. I was just going to say crimping it with that thing is going to be really hard because there's a bunch of different wires. No, I'm probably still going to solder it. I'll try soldering it. If that for some reason is a mistake, then I'll move on to crimping, but it's going to melt into this guy, and then we're going to jam all the wires in, and we're going to use locking pliers because it's going to be too hot to touch once we do that. Bite your glove. Okay. kind of great, you know? Just kind of great. I don't know, I'll get this chopper out. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, it, you know, it didn't fire up, but like, it cranked. Oh, it tried. Okay, where's my juice? Where's my juice? I don't think it's actually gonna spark, but we'll try it.
Butterfinger?
I was almost about to say that. Yeah, we don't have spark. Not bad. Yeah, that one's worse. It's worse yet. So, could be rings, could be a stuck valve, could be a head gasket. Today, so that's the worst one yet. Did I like not get this on tight enough? They keep getting worse and worse and worse. The first one was good. So I went through my little box of extra little Toyota electrical stuff and somehow managed to find enough stuff to get the, well, most of the lights working. They cut the headlights out, so I gotta do some wiring there, but same with the side markers. But if they hadn't done that, probably all the lights would have worked.